Welcome to Learn Commerce PU online classes. Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.
Hello everyone, welcome back to economics online classes. So in the previous class we studied regarding the statistics for economics. What is the meaning and definition to statistics? Let us study what are the types of statistics. So types of data we are going to study. Statistics is nothing but collecting the data in terms of numbers. Thus what are the types of data? Types of data. Data are nothing but, as we studied, economic facts collected in terms of numbers are said to be the economic data. Data means numbers. In general, data means numbers. In economics, numerical facts collected in the systematic manner are called said to be the data. Thus, what are the types of data? First one, quantitative data. Second one, qualitative data. Quantitative data and qualitative data. First one is quantitative data, second one is qualitative data. ಗುಣಾತ್ಮಕ ದತ್ತಾಂಶ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕರಿತೀವಿ, quantitative data. Then qualitative data. Data collected on the basis of attributes. ಗುಣಲಕ್ಷಣಗಳಿಗೋಸ್ಕರ ಲಕ್ಷಣಾತ್ಮಕವಾಗಿ ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡುವಂಥದ್ದು, ಅದನ್ನು ಕ್ವಾಲಿಟೇಟಿವ್ ಡಾಟಾ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕರಿತೇವೆ. ಸೊ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್, ದತ್ತಾಂಶದಲ್ಲಿ ಎರಡು ವಿಧ, ಕ್ವಾಲಿಟೇಟಿವ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಕ್ವಾಂಟಿಟೇಟಿವ್ ಡಾಟಾ. Let us see the meaning of quantitative data. What is the meaning of quantitative data? Quantitative data are nothing but the collected information in terms of numbers or in terms of quantity. So quantitative data are nothing but collecting the economic facts in terms of quantity or in terms of numbers. The data which can be measured in terms of numbers are said to be the quantitative data. What is quantitative data now? Quantitative data are nothing but the data which are collected in terms of numbers, in terms of numbers or quantity, or through the quantity, through the quantity are said to be the quantitative data. For example, ಯಾವಾಗ ನಾವು ದತ್ತಾಂಶಗಳನ್ನು ಗುಣಾತ್ಮಕ ರೂಪದಲ್ಲಿ ಸಂಗ್ರಹ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಗುಣಾತ್ಮಕ ದತ್ತಾಂಶ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. How we can understand this? For example, data which are collected in terms of numbers or in terms of quantity. ಪ್ರಮಾಣದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಪರಿಣಾಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಮಾಣವಾಗಿ ನಾವು ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ನಾವೇನು ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ? ಕ್ವಾಂಟಿಟೇಟಿವ್ ಡಾಟಾ. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, ವೆಯ್ಟ್. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, ವೆಯ್ಟ್, height, or collecting in terms of quantitative measures, demand, quantity demand, quantity supplied, demand supply, prices of the commodity measured in terms of quantity, all are said to be the measuring in terms of quantity. Weight, for example, in tons, measuring the weight in tons. 100 tons of paddy cultivated in Hassan districts, you can say. So that is nothing but measuring the this data in terms of numbers. Measuring the data in terms of numbers. Or height. Height of the students you can measure through the numbers. First standard student may be the 120 centimeter. Second standard students 122 centimeter. Like that, PU students 149, 150, 156 centimeters. Like that, we are going to measure the data in terms of numbers are said to be the quantitative data. data can be measured in terms of numbers or quantity are said to be the quantitative data. Demand, supply. So, for demand for the onion is increased from last 3 months to this month. ಕೊನೆಯ 3 ತ್ರೈಮಾಸಿಕ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಈಗ ಡಿಮಾಂಡ್ ಫಾರ್ ಆನಿಯನ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಆನಿಯನ್ ಫಾಲನ್. ಯಾವಾಗ ಬೆಲೆ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗ್ತದೋ ಆಗ ಡಿಮಾಂಡ್ ಹೆಚ್ಚಾಗ್ತದೆ, ಯಾವಾಗ ಡಿಮಾಂಡ್ ಹೆಚ್ಚಾಗ್ತದೋ ಆಗ ಸಪ್ಲೈ ಕೂಡ ಹೆಚ್ಚಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ಇದೆಲ್ಲದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಯಾವ ರೂಪದಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಪರ್ಸೆಂಟೇಜ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ವೇರಿಯೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಪರ್ಸೆಂಟೇಜ್ ಡಿಮಾಂಡ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. 20% ಡಿಮಾಂಡ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ದಿ ಆನಿಯನ್ ಆಸ್ ಫರ್ ದ ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಚೇಂಜಸ್. ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆದ್ರಿಂದ 20% ಆನಿಯನ್ಗೆ ಏನಾಗಿದೆ, ಡಿಮಾಂಡ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ದೋಸ್ 30% ಆಫ್ ಸಪ್ಲೈ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ವಿತ್ ದ ಹೋಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಗೆಟಿಂಗ್ ದ ಫ್ಯೂಚರ್ ಡಿಮಾಂಡ್. ಸಪ್ಲೈಯರ್ಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಸಪ್ಲೈಯಿಂಗ್ ಮೋರ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಮೋರ್ ಟು ದಿ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್. ಆದ್ರಿಂದ ಸಪ್ಲೈ 30% ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಇದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಯಾವ್ದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದೇವೆ ನಾವು, ನಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ. 20%, 30%, 100%. We are saying the economic facts in terms of numbers. Supply, demand, price, inflation, deflation, everything we are measuring in terms of numbers. Thus, when we are measuring the data through the quantitative numbers, then it is said to be the quantitative data. Data which can be measured in terms of quantity or in terms of numbers are said to be the quantitative data. Next one, what is qualitative data? So quantitative means we know that measuring in terms of numbers, economic facts measuring in terms of numbers. Qualitative data is nothing but which is studied on the basis of attributes. Data which can be measured in terms of attributes or quality. ಒಂದು ವಸ್ತುವಿನ ಗುಣವನ್ನು ನೋಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಅಥವಾ ಅದರ ಆ ವಸ್ತುವಿನಲ್ಲಿರುವಂತಹ ಸ್ವರೂಪವನ್ನು ತಿಳಿದುಕೊಂಡು ಆ ಗುಣಲಕ್ಷಣಗಳನ್ನು ಅಳತೆ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ನಾವು ಮೆಜರ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಅದನ್ನೇನಂತ ಕರಿತೇವೆ ನಾವು, ಕ್ವಾಲಿಟೇಟಿವ್ ಡಾಟಾ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕರಿತೇವೆ. ದಸ್ ಕ್ವಾಲಿಟೇಟಿವ್ ಡಾಟಾ, in qualitative data we are studying data can be measured in terms of quality or attributes. Data can be measured in terms of quality or attributes. What is qualitative data means? Data which can be measured, data which can be measured in terms of quality, in terms of quality or attributes. Quality or attributes. For example, I may say first PU commerce. First PU commerce. A is there, B is there. A section is there, B section is there. So in that many combinations are there. EBAC is there, EBAH is there, HEBA, EBAC, EBAS. Like this combinations are there, different combination, 3 combination is there. So in that I wanted to study the group behavior of the students. Group behavior of the students, not individual behavior, group behavior of the students. So how can I make out the group behavior? So whether it is possible in the crowd? Impossible. Thus I can take only the HEBA batch of 50 students, EBAC students of 60 students, EBAS 60 students separately. I can take these students separately. I will keep these students for the observation for 15 days. Unknowingly, they may not know we are observing them. Unknowingly we should measure this observing them. So I am observing them from the 15 days, think that. So after that I collected the data from them on the basis of their behaviors, good, bad. Girls, boys, how the behavior of girls, behavior of the boys, how they are going to do the work, capacity of the boys, capacity of the girls to complete the given work, creativity of girls, creativity of boys. So that I can measure in terms of quality, not in terms of quantity. I can't say the quality of these students is 100 kilogram. I can't say. So quantitative measures impossible to measure the quality of the student. Thus I will take the different batches. I will make out, kept them for the observation. After kept for 15 days, I will go through the results, analyzing the results and presenting that result in the qualitative manner. For example, classifying the students as boys and girls in section HCBA. Classifying students as boys, girls, quality. Or in the society, men and women, men, women. Classifying the society, in society you can study men and women. On the basis of material status you can classify the people into married, unmarried, girl, boy, skilled, unskilled. After make out these observation, I can make out 50 students are skilled and other 60 students may be unskilled, skilled, unskilled, healthy, unhealthy, somewhere healthy, somewhere unhealthy, educated, uneducated. Like this, we are going to measuring the data in terms of quality, measuring data in terms of their qualities, good, bad. Then girl, boy, men, women, married, unmarried, literates, illiterates, or we can measure them as skilled, unskilled. So like that we are going to measure the economic facts in terms of quality are said to be the qualitative data. So there are two types of data, students. One is qualitative data, other one is quantitative data. These are very important for 2 marks. Next, let us see why statistics is essential for economics. So what is the thing need to be studied here through the statistics? First one, statistics is very helpful, as I said in the beginning. It is helpful to study the economic problems. As I said, statistics is helpful to understand economic problems. Second point is statistics very essential. It is helpful in presenting economic facts in a definite and precise manner. Third one, it helps in reducing the bulk of data. Statistics help in reducing the bulk data into simplicity. Thus, fourth main importance of statistics for economics is to study the relations among the different economic facts. Fifth one, through the statistics it is essential to predict the future. One can make out what would be the future expectations, demand, supply, inflation, deflation, economic activities. And sixth one, it is essential to formulate economic policies. So there are, I taken only the 6 points as you, there are many significant for the economics, nearly 20 points. This much enough for you, students. First, we will study significance of statistics for economics. First point is to understand economic problems. Statistics is essential to understand economic problems. What are the economic problems now? So as I said, many problems we are facing in our economy, day-to-day life. So poverty, the main problem facing in less developed countries, poverty, illiteracy, poverty may be illiteracy, it may be unemployment, or the many problems we are facing, inflation, deflation, many problems we are facing. Inflation, lack of demand, low level of investment, low standard of living, so low production, all those are the problems behind the economy. So there are thousands of problems, we can't make out all the problems. Problems we are considering: population growth, overgrowth of population growth. So these are the main problems we can make out as an economic problem. To understand these problems, ಈ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಇಕಾನಮಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಳ್ಳಿಕ್ಕೆ ನಮಗೆ ಏನು ಬೇಕು? ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಟಿಸ್ಟಿಕ್ಸ್ ಬೇಕು. ಥ್ರೂ ದ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಟಿಸ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಇನ್ಫರೆನ್ಸಸ್, ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಟಿಸ್ಟಿಕ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡುವಂತಹ ನಿದರ್ಶನಗಳಿಂದ, ಕೊಡುವ ಅಂಕಿ ಅಂಶಗಳಿಂದ ನಾವೇನು ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ, ಆರ್ಥಿಕ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆಯನ್ನು ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಳ್ಳಿಕ್ಕೆ ನಮಗೆ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಟಿಸ್ಟಿಕ್ಸ್ ಬೇಕು. Because the population of country according to 1951 is, as I said 35 crores, 35 ಕೋಟಿ ಜನಸಂಖ್ಯೆ ಇತ್ತು 1951ರಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದೆ. So as for 2011 recent census, now yet to conduct the census, now it is going on process. So census already over, but we have to 2021 census data yet to be collected. We should get the data next for the next year. Thus according to 2011 census, 121 crores of population increased enormously. How you can say? With the help of the collected information through the statistics. Thus to understand economic problems such as poverty, unemployment, population growth, illiteracy, problem of inflation, deflation, studying of all economic problems, we need a statistical data. Second one, to present the economic facts in definite manner or through the precise manner. We can't say the income of whole country by individually. ಇಡೀ ದೇಶದ ಜನಸಂಖ್ಯೆಯನ್ನು ನೋಡಿಕೊಂಡು ನಾವು 130 ಕೋಟಿ ಜನಸಂಖ್ಯೆ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇದೆ. ಆ 130 ಕೋಟಿಗೂ ಮಿಕ್ಕಿ ಇರುವಂತಹ ಜನಸಂಖ್ಯೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬರ ಆದಾಯ ಇಷ್ಟು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬರಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಚಾನ್ಸಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಡಿಫಿಕಲ್ಟ್ ಟು ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ದ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ಬೈ ದಿಸ್ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರಿಂಗ್ ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಇಂಡಿವಿಜುವಲ್. ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬ ಇಂಡಿವಿಜುವಲ್ ಅನ್ನು ಹೋಗಿ ಅಟೆಂಪ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನಮಗೆ ಡಾಟಾ ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡುವಂಥದ್ದು ಇದು ವೆರಿ ಡಿಫಿಕಲ್ಟ್. ಆಗ ನಾವೇನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ವಿ ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ದ ಪರ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಾ ಇನ್ಕಮ್. ಒಂದು ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಒಬ್ಬನ ತಲಾದಾಯ ಎಷ್ಟು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಪರ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಾ ಇನ್ಕಮ್ ಪರ್ ಹೆಡ್ ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ. ಹಾಗೆ ಒಬ್ಬನ ಆದಾಯವನ್ನು ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಪರ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಾ ಇನ್ಕಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಹೋಲ್ ಕಂಟ್ರಿ ಟುಗೆದರ್ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರಿಂಗ್ ಆಸ್ ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಇನ್ಕಮ್. ಸೊ ಆ ಪರ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಾ ಇನ್ಕಮ್ ಅನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ, ನಾವು ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ. ಕೊನೆಗೆ ಅದರ ಒಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಗೂಡ್ಸ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅನ್ನೋದರ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂವನ್ನು ಆ್ಯಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ. ಜೊತೆಗೆ ನಾವು ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಇನ್ಕಮನ್ನು ಮೆಷರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ. Thus, statistics helpful to present economic facts. What are the economic facts? Price changes. ಇವತ್ತು ಒಂದು ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಇದ್ದದ್ದು ನಾಳೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು. ಇವತ್ತು ರಿಸ್ಟ್ ವಾಚಿಗಿರುವ ಪ್ರೈಸ್ 500 rupees, tomorrow it may be 1000 rupees. Increase in the price or decrease in the price. Changes. ಏನೆಲ್ಲ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಚೇಂಜಸ್, ಡಿಮಾಂಡ್ ಚೇಂಜಸ್, ಸಪ್ಲೈ ಚೇಂಜಸ್, all the changes can be make out only with the help of statistical tools, collecting the numbers. Price of onion is 60 rupees. How you can say? Through the number. This is the number. So overall price, demand for this onion we are going to see. Demand for onion is 60% because of reducing the price from 70 to 60 rupees. Those 60 rupees is there, 60% demand is there. On the basis of changes in the demand, changes in the price, changes in the inflation, deflation, production, consumption, distribution, exchange, on the basis of this we are going to present the economic facts in the definite and precise manner. Statistics is very, very essential to study the economics. Third main significance of statistics for economics is helps in reducing the bulk of data. So we can reduce the data through the statistics because it is unable to collect the data from each and every person. Thus we can, after collecting the samples, taking the samples, we can reduce the data from bulk. Thus helps to reduce the bulk of data. Next one, to study the relations among different economic facts. To study the relations among the investors, producers, sellers or consumers. This statistics is very, very essential. Next one, it is essential to predict the future. Statistics essential to predict the future. On the basis of predicting future demand. Today onion demand is 60%. Predicting that tomorrow it may be increasing to 70%. By predicting that, assuming that ಮುಂದೆ ಲಾಭ ಹೆಚ್ಚಾಗಬಹುದು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಅಸ್ಯೂಮ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಊಹೆ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಳ್ಳುವುದರ ಮೂಲಕ ನಾವೇನ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಡಿಮಾಂಡ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಸಪ್ಲೈಯನ್ನು ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. Thus, to predict the future, statistics is very, very essential to economics. Next, to formulate economic policies. Economic policies are nothing but, students, they are the measures taken to solve economic problems. Some measures were taken to solve the problems. Problem of unemployment, problem of poverty, problem of illiteracy, overgrowth of population, or it may be the problem of inflation, deflation, or it may be the problem of any kind of economic problems. So, to formulate and to solve economic problems by collecting the data and to prepare the economic policies, we need the statistical tools and statistics. Thus, statistics is tool for economics. So, it is a branch of mathematics and it is helpful in various fields like sociology, studying economics, studying all the accounting. Most of the subjects we are using statistical tools, and in economy the statistics is helpful to study the economic problems and to give the solution to economic problems through the economic policies. Thus, statistics is very, very essential as a part of economics. Here we are studying statistics for economics to study the economic problems and to carry out the day-to-day life in a smooth manner. Thank you for watching this video.
Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.